I call the Honourable Tau Henare. Tēnā koe.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. Mea tūtai ki a koutou ko rangatira i aku tuakana. Ai aku teina rānei tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. I haere mai nei tēnei rā whakahira, rā nunui mō tēnei pire no reira anō te hari, anō te aroha ki a koutou katoa, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai tātou katoa. You know, when you go to a party, when you go to a party and everybody's happy, you know, it might be the celebration of Parikura's 70th. It may be to congratulate the whānau on the birth of a new child, but there's always one person, you know, there's always one person who wants to throw a spanner in the works, who wants to say, not nasty things, but things that aren't particularly right for the occasion. And I must admit, I'm sometimes like that myself. Only sometimes. But Mr. Speaker, this is a wonderful day. If we have a look at the whole day, it's not only about our work as parliamentarians progressing things to their final stage, but it's also, if you look at the big picture, we have moved from around the Taihape area over to the Eastern Bay of Plenty, and maybe later on this afternoon we'll get down to the East Coast. What's that? Mr. Speaker, my words to the Hokainga, the home people, are this. Beware of companies bearing gifts and great ideas to grow your pūtea. Please beware, because as we all know, that if we fall over, or if you fall over, everybody else in the nation says, see, told you they couldn't look after it. And so it's a big pressure on the home folk. And I have no doubt whatsoever that the home folk can look after the bank account, look after the growing of Ngati Makino, as only Ngati Makino can. Ngāpuhi can't tell you what to do. They would never try that anyway. Parliament couldn't tell you what to do. It is in your hands, and as my colleague in Whanonga, Shane Jones, said last week in the debates around treaty settlements, it is now upon you.
Order.
Or point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable Tau Henare.
I seek leave to use the word you in my speech.
Well, the member's perfectly entitled to do that. What I would say is that the word you is generally at the speaker's discretion, and sometimes as a speaker, when we think it's pointing directly to the speaker, we will raise the issue with a member and call it order. But the member's perfectly entitled to seek leave of the House. Is there any objection to that course of action being taken?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
There's none.
Righto, you guys. Mr. Speaker, I won't abuse my leave, and I will certainly only use the word you when I refer to you. So, Mr. Speaker, it is a heavy load, not only looking at the history of each treaty settlement, and this is nothing out of the extraordinary, because it's happened to us all. And so we fight for 150 odd years to have some closure, and then when we do get closure, we have this huge other burden, and that is the pressure of our peers, of our whānau members, of other iwi, and of the nation as well on you. So I wish you well, and please don't hesitate to seek out those that you trust seek out those that have skills from within. There are lots of young people out there today who are doing marvellously well, and we should be proud of the fact that there are young people in universities, are young people out there working in businesses, are young people out there who have the nous and the skills to assist the home people. And I say the home people with all humility, because that's where Ngati Makino is. It's at home that they are Ngati Makino. Although there are other people out there that are Ngati Makino Ngati Makino descent, it's the home people that keep the fires burning. It's the home people that we go to when we're on our travels. And at this very point in time, right now, my mother-in-law's sister is travelling on her last journey, most probably through the Eastern Bay of Plenty right now. And so it's for the home people, the haukainga, to look after all of that whakapapa, all of what we expect when we look inside ourselves and discover that we are Māori, that we have whakapapa to head there and everywhere. Mr. Speaker, last week I spoke on the particular story of New Zealand. And like I said in Maraeroa A and B, it's just ending one chapter. Today is ending one chapter, and tomorrow turn the page and it's a new chapter. And it will be full of great expectations, the new chapter. And I want to give my salute to Ngati Makino and say it will be okay. It will be great fun. The next part of the journey is going to be even more exciting than the last part of the journey. I want to refer now to what my good friend and colleague, the Honourable Parekura Horomia, said about our select committee, because I think it's very important to understand, and also my colleague Louise Upston mentioned it as well, about how we work in the Māori Affairs Select Committee. Now here we have our arguments just like at home. No. But mainly my arguments are with my own colleagues. Look, this is a select committee that prides itself on being able to see things from both sides, prides itself on trying to work together, because at the end of the day, most of our work is not concerned with the legalese, the dots and the I's and the T's. It's concerned about the betterment of Māori. And when you have that as a kaupapa, you tend to work closer and work in a more collaborative way. And yes, I've started smoking again. As Mr. Horomia outed me this morning. But here's something to ponder. Here's something to ponder while we are all so aghast at somebody smoking these days. Here's something to ponder. 150, 180 years ago, Pākehās from the other side of the world brought us tobacco, said, here, have a smoke. 180 years later, now they tell us, you should give up. I know I'm making a joke. I know I'm taking the proverbial out of it. But Mr. Speaker, I just got to say, and I'll use this as an opportunity. There is a line in the sand. We all know that it's harmful. We all know that. Now we do. And thanks to those people who have put that kōrero out there. But there is a line in the sand. When you step over it, you start to be a nagger, you start to be a zealot, and you start to be a fascist. And quite frankly, I've had enough of those people. And I won't take it anymore. And when I go outside for a smoke, I'm proud of the fact, I'm proud of who I am. You know, the system, the society might say, ooh, look at that man. I look in the mirror and say, geez, what a handsome man. And I I also look at myself, and I also look at myself and think that Māori are not just some, as one of my colleagues said, some sort of race of people. We're actually we actually are this land. We are this land. You cannot find us anywhere else in the world except maybe Perth. Nō reira, koutou mā taku hoa, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai tātou katoa.
I call the Honourable Member Brendan Horan.
Thank you.